Hi, I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. Using my vast experience in football coaching and doing many other things, I give you a proper insight into what's going on the field. And if you want to become a better coach or a player, listen along and pick up some tips along the way. And hopefully I can teach you a thing or two. Now, we're going to talk a lot today about, this is going to be a bit of a longer video than, well, maybe not longer video than normal. It's going to have a lot more detail in it. Because I'm going to try to explain a couple of things, because I was listening to the Utd fan channel and listening to some of the things Goldbridge says. It's clear that a lot of people don't know anything about football. And I mean genuinely. I don't mean that, oh, he's an idiot. No, I mean he just doesn't know what he's talking about. So one of the main problems with Manchester United, and it goes with any team, right? So you have to have an identity. What is your identity? Okay, what is your shape and what is your formation? They're two different things, remember that. Formation and shape are two different things. United don't seem to have any of that sort of thing, because if you can't have a shape, you can't pass the ball, right? That's the fundamental thing, right? So without any of that going on, United really don't know what they're doing. They don't have an identity, they don't really have a system, and they don't really know what they're doing. And what happens is if you have all of those things in place, it doesn't matter what player is playing in any of these roles, because they all know their roles and responsibilities because they're part of the system, right? And everybody knows what they're doing because that's how we play. So, because the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm going to be talking about this little centre-back here, this young kiddie, who just makes awful mistakes in the game. And it shouldn't matter, because the system should be in place to cover and do all these things, but it's not. So, of course, then you look at individual errors of players, and that's what's going on here. And the argument that Goldbridge is making, oh, he's a young kid, don't care. You're wearing a Man United shirt and you're on the field, you're a professional football player, you're held to the same standard as everybody else. That is it. When you start holding different players to different standards as a coach or a manager, you are losing your team. Okay, or if you're a fan and you're saying, oh, well, I treat him differently because I like him and he's young. No, everyone's equal. Everyone gets the same amount of abuse. Everyone gets the same amount of level of scrutiny. Same with this young kiddie here. When this ball goes in behind him, watch this. Watch Darlow's body shape here, right? Watch this. Watch as we go. Look, he doesn't even start reacting. He ends up getting mugged by Solanke here. And when Solanke cuts inside, he almost breaks this little kiddie's ankles. You can see he falls over himself because he's panicking. Now, this is what I'm talking about, responsibilities. Do you see this guy called Harry Maguire here? When this run happens, he runs this way and not this way to cover. Don't know why. Don't know why he doesn't come running over to help his teammate out. Apparently that's not a thing. So, yeah, this guy's completely utterly terrible. But so's this guy here. Look at the gap between those two centre-backs. He should have been steaming over here. He's too busy marking this player, thinking that that's important. And this is the modern footballer, right? They're so busy. They've been overcoached and they don't know how to play football anymore. The ball is the important thing, Maguire, not this player. So you're out there doing absolutely nothing instead of running over here. Now, what happens if you run over here? Yeah, this guy passes and the ball gets in. Guess what you got to do? You got to run back over there. That's the way it goes. You don't stand here going, oh, we can pass this guy so I can take that out of the equation. No, you've got to go and get the ball. And he doesn't. If he ran over and actually tried to do his job properly, he would have been able to block this shot. But not only this goalkeeper is awful. This keeper is too deep. He needs to be a little bit closer to the 6-yard box, not by much, but he shouldn't be getting beaten by Dom Solanke from this sort of range. He shouldn't. But Maguire should be getting over here and putting a block in. He wasn't fast enough to see the danger, to react to it and come over and stop the threat. Not good enough. Solanke smashes it into the bottom corner. Bosh, off he goes. I like Dom Solanke. I think he's a good striker. Not bad. Let's get on to the next goal. For this goal, United end up getting the ball wide somehow, because if you just watch everything that happens, it's just a bundle of mistakes and little ricochets and the ball just bouncing everywhere. It's not played for. And that's one of the main problems, where if you watch United, they don't play to do anything. So you don't see the ball end up repeating in this dangerous area, repeatedly getting here, because, well, they don't really know what they're doing. They're hoping they've got a bit of individual skill, and that's how they create their goals. And they get that here with Ratface. So when this cross comes out in, old Ratface Fernandez gets a touch on the ball, kind of miscontrols it, but it goes up over the player and he just smashes it into the net. Bosh. Not real much Bournemouth can do, because they are quite tight on there. That's just a case of this ball's ended up wide and they're not quick enough to get out here and deal with it. And what United should have done straight away is gone, okay, they're not going to defend out there on the left. Let's get the ball there then. Let's go and do that. But they don't. All those that have been on my channel before know exactly what I'm going to say when this little wee guy's got his hand up. Oh yeah, we know someone's about to score in about 5 seconds because this guy here is telling somebody else what to do. But again, look at the gap between the two centre-backs. That's almost acceptable, but not. That is too big. That gap is huge. This guy is a clown. Why are you going out wide to mark this player that doesn't have the ball? You don't need to be anywhere near that. This guy here is going there, right? You have been a muppet and gone forward, right? Why? You have to stay connected to your centre-back. This is a coaching error, by the way. If this is happening at my under-14s, I am screaming at you because I'm spotting exactly what you're doing wrong in seconds. And if they're not spotting this in real time, it's like, this is one of those misconceptions. People think that because they coach at Man Utd or they coach at Bournemouth, they actually know what they're doing. And I'm telling you, 99% of the time they don't have a clue. And I'm telling you that now, right? And that, yeah, 100% honest. So you can see this guy here is completely and utterly unmarked. He's telling him to go there. He can't go there because his right back's gone on walkabout. Watch, Bosh. So as it goes forward, he's just got an easy pass into the inside here. What are you doing? This Dallo kiddie here is mugged off his centre-back. Completely mugged off this kiddie because he's just gone out wide to do nothing. You don't care about him because he doesn't have the ball. He has the ball there. And as you come out, you open this massive gap here. Massive gap. This kiddie will get the blame, which he should do, because, well, he should have, as soon as that pass is made, he should have been over here like lightning to try to pressure the ball, knowing that that's the only time he's really got to get, to intercept it, because as soon as this guy gets a touch on the ball and starts running into the box, it's going to be really, really hard for him to make a tackle. He needs to be flying out and dealing with this danger right now, but he's not. He's stood there holding his hand. Now, of course, Maguire's nowhere to be seen. Why I'm saying that is because if you do have a young kiddie in your team, you want your old farts to tell him what to do and to push on and try to make the tackle and give him some confidence. And he's not close enough to being able to do that. So, yeah. So, when I do coaching courses, I talk about how many times 3 mistakes happen. So, you've got 1, Dallo going out over here, okay? 2, the centre-back not coming out and closing the space. 3, the goalkeeper should have this on the near post right here, and he doesn't. So, I don't know how he does everybody with his eyes. I actually thought it took a deflection when I was watching it real time, but it's not dush. He just buries it into that corner. The keeper should have that. There's no way that he should be beaten there on the near post. Just shouldn't happen. That's just not good enough. I do want to make this little point here when Bournemouth put in a cross. It's a guy in the box completely unmarked, and you can see how many United players are around him, and the guy that wins the header just completely and utterly unmarked. I'm shocked actually United are doing so well in the league, but they defended like this. They could be easily have lost this game. So if you don't know how dodgy and corrupt football is, you're about to find out, because this is never a penalty anywhere, ever. Right. And actually, it's interesting. I'm happy I watched the game live, because if I hadn't, because there's another camera angle when it shows the guy doesn't actually, it looks like he's pulling his arm out. He's not. He's pulling his arm in towards his body if you see the other camera angle. And also, this is taking a ricochet off another player that's only about 4 yards away from him. So the ricochet comes in, push, and it hits him. Well, that's not going at goal. There's nothing like that. Is not a handball. That's not a handball. That's a ricochet off another player that's hit you. Your own player, it's ricocheted off and it's hit you, and the ref gives a penalty. Wow, that's bad. I mean, we all know the Premier League is corrupt, but come on, it's getting worse. And the fact that VAR look at it and go, well, yeah, this is the problem as well. Because VAR isn't really human beings, right? Think of it as AI. Well, by the letter of the law, it hit his arm, so it's a handball. But it's not, because it's ball to hand. It's completely the other way. The ball has hit his hand because it's ricocheted off somebody else. It isn't a penalty, but it is because, they're idiots. Yeah, absolutely terrible. Up step Ratface, puts it in the corner. United get a draw. Right, so here's another problem why the Premier League's so corrupt and the referee, and they go, oh, it's incompetence. No, it can't be incompetence. They can't be incompetent in every single game and every single opportunity. They can't be. Because this is a goal-scoring opportunity the guy is going through. That's a red card. It's not a penalty. No, it's outside the box, but it's a red card. Not given a red card. That's where the VAR needs to be saying, you know the rules. You know it's a red card. You know he's running in on to goal to score a goal, and he stopped a clear goal-scoring opportunity. It's a red card. Doesn't get given as a red card. Wow. Other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.